So, I may have been keeping something under wraps for the last couple of months, and I thought now that he's settled in, or someone I guess I should say, now he's settled in and I've had kind of time to get to know him and him to get to know us, because I didn't want the pressure of like filming and things. I think it's time you all met Roo. Hey boy. No. Oh, the flies are annoying. This horse, keeping a fly mask on him, almost impossible. Good job you've got so much forelock, hey? Isn't it? I know. Oh, you're such a good boy. You're such a good boy. So, I think Roo's got quite a cute little story. I was offered him on loan back in February this year, but 3 horses is my maximum amount I can afford and realistically train, and that's the amount of kind of space there is available at my livery. So I had to say no, and I was really sad because the lady who bred Roo when I was a junior, she was a young rider and she was like, oh, Tizzy, bashing me out of the way because she wants attention. And she was like my idol. Her mare was incredible, just phenomenal. One of the probably best mares the UK has ever seen, or definitely up at the top. Lots of successful 160s and a wonderful endurance horse. And if there had been signed posters of her and her horse when I was a junior, I'd have had it on my wall. So even to be offered, he is out of that mess. He's a homebred, she bred him. Even to be offered him on loan was just incredible, and I was so sad that I couldn't kind of take up the opportunity. Tizzy, you're stealing the spotlight here, asking for butt rubs. This is Dan's doing. She was never kind of an attention-seeking mare until Dan started giving her loads of butt scratches, and now she just puts her butt in your face for scratches, don't you, Tizzy? This is Roo's moment. But anyway, I had to say no. And so sadly I already had 3 horses, and I was hoping that Azid would come back and do kind of whatever he could do that season, and you all know that didn't work out, but at the time I was really hoping that it would. So he ended up going to someone else, and I saw that he'd gone to someone else on Facebook, and I was really sad, but you know, that is life. And then a few months later, in April, I think it was April or June, I obviously decided to sell Azid because I didn't think it was fair to keep trying to train him for the longer distances, and I didn't want to risk injuring him long term. And the very same week I put Azid up for sale. Oh, cuties. Roo also got sent back from the person he had gone to. So they contacted me again and was like, well, Roo's back. Do you want to have him on loan? And I felt like it was fate. Like, he'd been offered to me, I couldn't have him. I was now in a place where actually I could, if I found a really good home for Azid. And it kind of like all the stars aligned, and it looked like, it was a go. So let's rewind to 2 months ago, where I went to pick up Roo, and all of the weeks since, and get to know this lovely boy. So he's on loan. Good boy. She won't sell him because obviously he's a baby, but he's on long-term loan, and hopefully we can have some fun together. She's such an attention seeker, isn't she? Huh? Yes, she is. Okay, let's have a little look at our first few weeks with Roo in our lives. Tizzy, what are you doing? My bed for the night. So I've just set up my bed in my lorry because I'm on a very exciting adventure to pick up a new pony. So I've come the night before because it's meant to be really hot tomorrow. So we're going to have an early start to to make sure we miss all the heat and hopefully get the new boy back safe and sound.
It will make our immune systems more sensitive.
Hey, you made it. Good boy. Hey, we're here. You beautiful boy. Oh, that's very friendly, Whizzle. Come on then. Did someone touch the electric? Oh dear. Roo has been here for about 3 days now, so I just turned him out in the field, made sure he was okay, let him settle in. I've done nothing with him. So this is the first time he's come in. Say hi, Roo. What do you think of the stable? Having a good sniff? So now I'm just going to get to know him, give him a good groom, pick out his feet, see what he does and doesn't like, and find his special itchy spot. That all horses have that one itchy spot that they love. So let's give him a groom. Look at that mane. Can you even see? Good boy. Had this monkey for a week now. He's settling in really well, aren't you? He's so friendly and a little bit bolshy, aren't you? A little bit bolshy. We're just, you know, finding our way together, establishing our boundaries, and today he is going to have his feet trimmed. Hey? Good boy. Good boy. This is much better. It's a bit of a soggy, wet day, and I'm not wearing the appropriate clothing because my coat is in Dan's van, but never mind because it's quite warm. Roo has been here 10 days now, Roo. Had the farrier last week. Today is the first day that all 3 horses are going to go in together. So he's had a day with him and just Qantas, he's had a day with him and just Tizzy, and now we're going to put all 3 in together. So fingers crossed they get on. Come on. Look at your little mud monster. Look at her. That is filthy. Little. Oh. You don't want to join the herd, little one? Come on. You're meant to be with these guys. Oh, not with me. Go make friends with these guys. Hmm? No. Well, I don't think that could have gone much better, really, could it? That's exactly what you want. A nice, calm introduction together. I think Roo is going to be the bottom of the herd. He was at his old herd as well. And when Qantas was a bit more dominant, when he had his day with him, he just backed off. And Tizzy is definitely in charge. So it's good that Roo is quite passive, because Azid and Qantas were both kind of vying for dominance. Azid always won, but Qantas did not know his own weaknesses and thought he could be kind of the dominant one, and that's why they ended up kind of play fighting so much. So hopefully, because Roo is quite passive, he's quite chilled and laid back, that won't happen. I'm now very soggy. So soon, I've started a little bit of groundwork with him, but I'll kind of up the groundwork, fit his tack and get on. Roo has been with us 2 weeks and we are going for our first in-hand walk out and about. He's settled in really nicely. He's definitely bottom of the pack. Very passive, very laid back in the herd. He's a stubborn little monkey to train, but it's kind of nice that he's got that little bit of spark. He's not just like a dobbin, and he's quite level-headed with his silliness. So if he doesn't want to do something, he's more stubborn, puts his head up and is like, I'm not doing it, rather than has some sort of tantrum, which is nice, because I don't think at the moment I'd want to have another horse quite as spicy as Qantas. So Dan was just asking me, he's behind the camera, how I will know when I'm ready and Roo is ready for me to sit on him. So Roo is backed, he was professionally backed and backed impeccably. But with any horse that I have for the first time that I'm going to train, I like to take it back to basics, do groundwork, and make sure that all the commands that I use, because it might be different to the commands he learned, are established on the ground, and he's listening to me, happy with all his tack, and we've got kind of a bit of a bond before I ride him. Because if I ride him and he doesn't know what whoa is, or my command for trot, which I won't do because he will trot off, then you know, we're going to have mixed signals, because he won't know what I mean and I won't know what he needs me to do. So it's a really good way of getting to know him and establishing those basic ground rules. Oh. And I'm gonna use it. Hopefully I won't need it. We're just gonna get on and off a few times, because he wasn't that comfortable with me getting on. He was a little bit angsty, walking around until he's nice and chilled, and getting on isn't a big deal, because it has been quite a few months, I guess, since he's done anything, and he hasn't done that much in his life in general. So even though he's 8, we're treating him as a baby. Good boy, come on then, take 2. Roo wasn't the best loader when we went to pick him up, and that's just because he's not really been anywhere much for a while. So we're doing a little bit of loading training as part of the pre-adventure prep, and we've been doing it a lot. So he's been like having food in here. Sorry about the strimmers. He's also now strimmer proof, does not mind about the noise or machinery at all. So I've really enjoyed having Roo around for the last few weeks, and I can't wait for adventures together. I know it's not about you today, Wizzle. Can't wait for adventures together. We've got a pleasure ride coming up, which will hopefully let you know how we'll do, and we'll just go from there. But for now, I've been having lessons on him as well, and he's just, oh, the flies are bad. And he's just so responsive. He's such a lovely boy, and I can't wait to get to know him better and to give him lots of love, huh? You're so lovely. You're such a cool dude, aren't you? Yes.